Hello and welcome. I would normally still be doing morning brew at this time, but due to due to pain, I decided to end it. And while talking to a vet, I realized that I should probably have a pain stream to really explain what's going on. Not a topic for morning brew. So let me just start by saying that this started back in was it 2019, April of 2019. I had been in pain for some time, didn't know why, but finally my mom, and actually I'd gone to the doctor, gone to the hospital, I'd had scans. They hadn't really said anything. Of course, they left out a lot of information when they told me anything. So finally, my mom took me to a doctor, and uh, I had to have, that was on April 1st, which also coincidentally happens to be a family member's birthday. And so, yay, I got to wish them a happy birthday from the hospital. Um, and then I went home, and then I was called back, and I was told that I needed to come in for emergency surgery on April 2nd. April 2nd, 2019, I went to the hospital, again in severe pain. Um, the I'd had hernia operations before, so I didn't think it would be that big a deal. Um, I ended up being obviously having a serious surgery. They had to remove the infected mesh, um, and actually open the, how do I say this? I'd had 5 small hernias. By removing the mesh, they created one large area that is now open. I am on pain medicine 3 times a day. At this point, it's not really doing more than taking the edge off the pain. And I don't want to be medicated, which is why I've held off going any stronger with the medication. Number one, I don't want to get hooked on it. But number two, I want to have some sense of a normal life. Unfortunately, in doing this, the medicine has also had its side effects. I was dealing with, uh, had a handle on dealing with depression for a long time. And this brought it back with a vengeance. In doing so, uh, I have made friends and lost them, mainly because of my depression and the pain, which is what brings the depression on. Um, I wanted to not only have a stream where people could talk about their pain, I wanted to actually come right out and say it. Um, and I'm not trying to ask for pity. I'm not trying to say that my life is any better or worse than anyone else's, um, because we all have pain that we deal with. Some more severe than others, some chronic, some emotional, some combination, uh, some just normal, quote unquote, normal physical pain. That doesn't make it any easier to deal with. And so I decided that I wanted to reveal the truth, that a lot of the situations that have happened are, again, because of my pain and the depression. And I do need to apologize for that because I let things get out of hand when I shouldn't have. I should have backed off. I should have said, "Yeah, I can't deal with this right now because I'm in pain." And the only way to get better is to have surgery, which the uh, um, wound care doctor has already said that it is likely that I will need to continue the pain medicine. Um, quite probably the rest of my life. And don't I don't like it. I need to. I have one of the good things that has come about because of COVID is the um, virtual visits. Um, I have not been upfront about this, but I have been talking with somebody, a counselor of sorts, um, virtually every week, and I can't say it's greatly helping, but it's not as bad. And yeah, thank you. I would like it to get better as well, but the point isn't about me because I am not the only one in our community that's in pain. And I think that until it's brought to light, until we can talk about it, um, it is that secret thing that is always there but not talked about. And I have not wanted to talk about it because honestly, I believed that if that was asking for pity or whatever, and that's not me. And yeah, Crimson Mist, I happened to see right after I logged off that you had said hi, and I felt so bad because Yvette was needing to leave, and because of stuff going on with her life, particularly with her mom. And so I thought because of the because of my pain level, it was a good time to end as well. And I had again, I was talking with Yvette after the story ended, and I realized it wasn't actually anything she said, but we were talking about pain, and I realized I had not done a pain stream in a long time, and actually those uh, sometimes help. Um, and thank you, not Ryan Johnson. The only thing that's going to help really is going to be surgery. Later this month, I'm going to be seeing the surgeon that I really don't want to see because he's the one who actually did this surgery. Um, and quite honestly, he nickel and dimed every visit. He even charged me, he charged me for visits to my own doctor. I got bills for that. So I paid off 95% of what I owed. That was about it. I could, and I do need to thank people who gave to my GoFundMe. Unfortunately, I closed it, so I don't. I can't name names. I don't know. I don't remember who gave, but because of you all, I was able to pay off uh, what I part of what I owed. The rest of it was paid off with the money that I had saved up, and they basically told me it had to be spent on the um, surgery. So I bought a few things as well that I needed, um, including a new CPAP machine and a bedside stand that helps with the storage of uh, medical supplies. Um, it makes it much easier. That way I don't have to get up. And if I do have to, it's basically just sitting up to do it. Um, the rest of it, the rest of the money went for uh, bandages because I had not yet qualified to um, be on Medicaid, which again was a demeaning and demoralizing process, as was going through and having to do the stuff for food stamps. It's not something I normally talk about because the entire process is meant to tear people down. In my opinion, that's the way they treat people. And one of the reasons I've not talked about it is I'm not looking for a handout. Yes, I've had people tell me that, yes, I want to give you money so you can blah blah blah. And so I did include links because people asked me to specifically. Um, but you'll note, number one, they're not listed here in the pain stream because no, that's not it. Um, I oftentimes just want to cry because of the pain. And I've had people tell me, um, well, I could hear you were in pain during the stream. What they don't know is there have been times I've either been on the verge of tears or tears were running down my face because of the pain, and I was trying to cover it. Bird is one of the few who's been backstage after a stream was ended and could contest that when I end the stream, I will often say, "Oh God, thank God that's over." And then one of the first things I say is "ouch" or "oh fuck, that hurts." And that's not something that I want broadcast for the morning brew. It's something I want to be an uplifting experience. I want people to come on and have fun and it be a community thing. And um, here lately, I have allowed pain to cause me to react in ways I would prefer I didn't. And for that, I apologize. And I am looking at the chat, feeling like Bird right now. I am so far behind in the chat, I probably couldn't catch up if I had to. Um, Thank you, Mountains. I know you're busy with work. Uh, Thank you, Moxley fan. Um, and again, normally I don't, you know, I don't discuss religion. I don't discuss politics. But if you have a religious belief, yes, I appreciate being in your thoughts and prayers. I ended up having to take an extra dose of medicine this morning because the pain was that severe. It still hurts now, but it's bearable versus before. And I normally would not be talking about this, but I felt it um, necessary that the truth come out. I I don't know what else to say. Um, let's see here. Ethan Burkholder says, "A weird thing is my family pretends not to know about my pain and medical inconveniences. Uh, this means I have to pretend. They all pretend and I'm not up to the performance all the time." Um, Eastland, I'm going to suggest something because I have somebody in my family I talk to. They know exactly what's going on. It isn't something I talk about with everybody because I don't want to use a bad Star Trek V reference, share my pain. Um, And it's just, of course, Mountain's telling me not to worry about the chat. Of course, that jumped down for a while, but let me. The whole point of having a pain stream was to allow for others to come on as well. And normally I would be celebrating because of there are 10 up votes and 2 down votes. And normally I would be calling them Mossy up votes. And all I'm going to say is 2 people who feel that giving this a down vote somehow elevates you. I pity you. I truly pity you. You must have that shitty of a life that you don't care about others. You would rather give a down vote than actually listen and care. And I'm willing to bet that these are people who at one point said, "Oh, yeah, we're friends. I got your back." And who are actively on social media trying to tell people to not associate with me, to not be on my channel, to not let me be on theirs. And for some, it's worked. For some, it's worked. Because they're gullible. And again, I feel sorry for them. So if it makes you feel better to downvote, that's fine. But I'll just say this. You're a pathetic individual who probably needs to seek medical attention because you're that thoughtless, that selfish, and that mean. And it's not just about me. I put the link out there because I know that there are others dealing with pain. May not be on the same level, maybe higher, maybe lower. But I do think it's important to discuss the pain. Sometimes it is the pain that makes us who we are. As I believe that was Kirk who said that. He needs his pain. I'm not going to go that far because if I could have a magic, mind meld and somebody, oh, by the way, the pain's not there, I wouldn't turn it down. And don't worry, Crimson Mist, I know you're walking. I appreciate the fact that you're even here listening. And yeah, I had issue yesterday. Yesterday is usually the worst as far as pain because of doing the wound care. Because of then I went and did something I had not done in a while. I went to store, little dollar Dollar Tree, and I bought a few things. My mom had given me some money that morning and said, "Oh, hey, go get us some Coca-Cola." Um, and I thought rather than going up to, local Casey's and getting a cup of whatever, I would go ahead and stop by there. That way I could get out, walk around a little bit. Um, Funny thing was, I ended up having to grab a cart. Wasn't so much for putting the stuff in, although it did make it easier, but um, I never realized until this that even walking uses abdominal muscles. And I probably overdid it yesterday compared to normal. I walked around. It was kind of nice. Uh, I ended up with a couple of different purchases that I actually saw some razors that I bought a package of three for $1. The only thing is, they work about the same as the ones that cost about $6 each. So I'd say it was a pretty good deal. Um, but I one of the reasons I stopped having the pain streams was I got messages from people that were, even though there were other people on the panel, other people expressing their pain, talking about where they hurt, that I was being selfish, that I was trying to grab attention, and that I was making it all about me. In fact, one of these individuals did this in another chat. And you don't know who it is. I know who it is. I think Berg knows who it is, but that's it. I don't intend to go about saying, "Oh, this individual," because number one, I'm not going to give them attention. Number two, all they'll do is turn it around and say that's exactly what I did. Is make it about me, and that's not what I want. It really isn't. I mean, the reason that my channel still exists is for the community. I've had people tell me, in fact, even Mama Prey told me herself. I was backstage with Bird the other day. Mama Prey got an earpiece, put it in, and she and I were talking. The contents of that discussion are private, and I'm not going to talk about it, but I will say that she said that her feelings were that I do something for the community. And those were her words, not mine. Um, because there have been a few times I've been to the point of saying, "Yeah, fuck the morning brew," because it's stress, frustration, pain, and I don't talk about it other than I will talk to Bird. I don't like to burden him because I know he's got a lot of shit to deal with in his own life. Here I am not reading the chat again. God damn, I feel like Bird again. Now I've got somebody backstage. Speak of the devil.
Hey, Cap.
Hey,
I think it's a pretty good thing you're doing this stream. I think a lot of people need to know what you've been going through. And yeah, some people have known, but they haven't known the details. And it helps everybody be on the same page. I know you don't like talking about it. So I want to commend you for taking that step and talking.
I mean, I don't like saying, I feel it makes me weak. Just like saying right now I'm crying.
Doesn't make you weak. Makes you human. And I think somebody summed that up a little earlier in a comment.
Problem is, some of these people are bullies. They're not only people without empathy, they're bullies. And I've had enough. I'm not going to let them chase me off the platform. Because that's exactly what they want. And when I said I was going to do that, I said it out of pain. Because I was hurt. And I am hurting. I mean, right now, I'm to the point of, if I were to rate my pain on a scale of 1 to 10, it would probably be about a 5. I can deal with that. And when I was on before, it would probably be closer to an 8. That was after taking pain medicine.
I mean, for those who don't know what a pain level of 8 is, you can't expect people to hold a conversation at a pain level 8, much less run a stream. You wouldn't think it normal. On the other hand, you're in so much pain, you just want something to take your mind off of it. So you have to do something, no matter how irrational or ridiculous it might seem. So if the only thing you have open to you is doing a YouTube stream, then you're going to do it because it's a desperation move. And
go ahead, Bert.
Sorry, a stream that only lasts a few minutes, like something like we saw this morning, is exactly, unfortunately, the result of being in that situation. And it makes more sense for those who understand the situation as to now why that happened. And it gives some some background on, I know Captain has has blown up a couple of times recently, and you're like, well, that doesn't make sense. Why would he do that? Not because he's triggered. It's not because his feelings are hurt. It's because he is dealing with a pain, an open wound, like that you with any luck will never be able to imagine in your life. If this stuff was done to prisoners, people would be executed for torture under the Geneva Convention. But this is the life he has to live, the cards he was dealt. And yeah, it sucks. It sucks for him. It sucks for some of us. If we find ourselves on the wrong side of Captain some days, but trust me, as bad as it might be for us, it's worse for him.
I wish that was something I could do. I really do. I've gone to chiropractors before. Unfortunately, because of all the medical issues, the chiropractors I know, or knew, I should say, are now out of business because of insurance. They had to quit the business because of malpractice insurance. They were never sued. Never. And yet their malpractice insurance was so fucking high they couldn't afford to stay in business. So yeah, it would have been nice to have tried to get some pain relief from that. Going to a chiropractor, going to a acupuncture, something like that. But and then people
I mean,
said, okay.
acupuncture works for some people, doesn't work for others.
Well, I'm not going to go about sticking needles in my own body. I prefer somebody who at least knows what they're doing. But they can't be in business because of malpractice insurance. Why the hell do you think the medical? Why do you think doctors charge 3 times the amount of what it should? Malpractice insurance. Why do you think you get a discount if you pay cash? Because they actually get money that way. Insurance companies pay a fraction of what the charge is, which is why they have to charge more. It's sick. It's wrong. I'm tired of being in pain. I'm tired of my emotions being on the surface all the time. It's like I feel like there are times when, like yesterday, on the first stream, I didn't want to say I was in pain. I didn't want to say that it was bothering me, but I lashed out and I ended the stream, not because of the stupid accents, but it kind of got on my nerves. But it was pain, and I thought admitting that made me weak, just like filling out all this fucking paperwork. If you've never done it, if you've never had to do it, be glad, because the process is dehumanizing. It is the most horrible, god awful experience in the world. And as much as everybody loves and appreciates Bird, he deals with a lot more shit than people know. Yeah, you're right. And I was not trying to be unkind. That was not my intent at all. I have actually considered getting a pet, probably a dog, if I can. Unfortunately, those cost money, and only if I can get some benefits will I be able to do that.
Yeah, not just the cost of getting a dog, which, even if you went with a shelter, there's a adoption fee or something. It's usually minimal, but the more expense is the day to day, the food, the expenses, the if the dog gets sick, God forbid, the hospital bill, the veterinarian bill. When we were doing our worst financially, we had a dog, one that we had for many years, and it was heartbreaking to think, my God, what if she did get sick right now? We did have her have a surgery at one point, and I don't know how my parents, this was growing up, when, frankly, I've told the story. I don't know how many they remember, but when we were growing up, we had a house that was foreclosed on, and as kids, maybe young teens, we didn't quite understand what was going on, but we knew it wasn't good. And we had a dog that needed surgery, and I don't know where my parents found the money, but the dog got the surgery, ended up living another 7 years, thank God. But um, that's not typical. Uh, if you don't have money, it's like having a child. You don't want to be responsible for another life, because then all the all the benefits of having an animal uh, really just make you more nervous, give you more things to worry about, than the happiness and the joy of having unconditional love from your your pet.
I mean, yeah, you can go out and you can buy the cheap kibble, which is horrible for the pet. I'm not talking about paying gourmet stuff, but you know, you got to go somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
Um,
these days half the food is just cardboard in China shaped into dog food, sprayed with a beef flavor.
beef flavored
Welcome to
cardboard, yum.
Crimson Mist.
Yes. Good morning, Crimson Mist.
Peace and blessings to everyone here. Greetings. It's your old pal. Yeah, I did post it that I live with someone who is in pain. Actually, two people who live with pain, and one of them is my wife, and she experiences it just about every day, especially her knee, which has caused her to be bedridden at times. And it's just, and I can definitely attest to that because I see it in her face. I see it as she moves, and in addition to that, she also has asthma. And whenever she's moving, she has to sit down, and she is just panting heavily just from moving around. So between the pain and the hard breathing, it is just, yeah, I know where you're coming from. And I can remember experiencing pain like that where I broke, when I was in the sixth grade, I broke my left wrist at a roller skating party, and I had ice on that all night, and I was just lying in bed and just grimacing in pain. It was just ongoing, and it wasn't until the next day that I was able to go to the doctor, got X-rayed, and had a cast put on me. Actually, a splint, but did the same trick and took a while. But my wrist finally healed up. But yeah, I'm remembering that pain quite well. And living with someone with pain, that is also just as difficult, especially when it comes to trying to. At times, I'm taking care of the house all by myself in terms of the chores and some of the and helping with the other with their requests. It, and it can get to you as well. It can get to me. I mean, this past weekend, I was overwhelmed trying to take care of everybody, and I'm trying to do laundry. I'm trying to do dishes. I had to cook dinner, and I know a lot of people would think, well, I'm doing this for three people, two of which have health issues, and one is a teenager who's kind of having to deal with her own issues and is just pretty much unreliable, in my opinion. And I do love her. And, and the worst part is, I, I can't lean on anybody, and it's to the point that I just feel alone, utterly alone.
Yeah.
So I'm going through a different kind of pain, but yours is way worse. So I'm not trying to
I
compare anything. I
no,
am just relating my experience as someone who takes care of someone who has to live with the kind of pain you do.
I I know that she's busy now.
Hmm.
This is one time I wish I could include Mama Bray in this because she would be
I was
relaying
going
the
to
same
say,
messages.
That was exactly, she would agree with Crimson Mist that she's in that position as well. And I can see it in her face. And we kind of have this thing where when I'm not feeling good, she's not feeling good. And when she's not feeling good, I'm not feeling good. So it devolves into a self-fulfilling prophecy. If either one of us isn't doing well. On the other hand, if I see her smile, it makes me smile, and if she sees me smile, it makes her smile. So it's it can kind of go either way. And now she's coming over to make funny faces at me, so that sees me smile, so that she smiles. Although, to be honest, the other thing that can make her smile, which is relatively new, is of course Nephew of Prey.
Oh yes. So
Now, another thing. Go ahead.
she gets to see him on video, on on a video call, and of course she's smiling because she loves it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's who she's on the phone with now. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I'm sure she'd be on with you, Kath. But
a video watching show. Yes.
she's actually helping Cecil Prey by watching Charlie on video, and if God forbid he does something he shouldn't, she can then yell and get her attention, while Cecil Prey has to get ready for work stuff, I guess. But Crimson Mist, if you're still here.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm
yeah.
listening.
Mama Prey, yeah, certainly understands exactly, and I too understand what you're saying, for what it's worth.
Yeah. Yeah, and in addition, my wife, she also goes through migraines. She also had difficulty sleeping, although some of that is because of she's become addicted to her phone, and she finally addressed that. And so I'm gonna try to help her with that. And she also, and this is very embarrassing, but she also has problems with incontinence.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that can be very difficult, especially since the bathroom is on the other side of where we live, and it's a long trip, and it's not like we live in a master bedroom with a bathroom nearby, which would be a blessing, to be honest. And meanwhile, I'm trying to clean house, and it's gotten worse, and I can't do it myself, and I don't want to do this to do a pity me, but it's just that I just feel I just need to vent, and you should appreciate doing something like this, because there are times when we need to vent, and we need to shout at the world what's going on. And
there are so many times Mama Prey and I just have looked out the window, and we have family who say, "Oh, if you need anything, call us." But it's not the same.
No.
And you're like, who's there? Like, how do other people do this? Other people live with conditions, frankly, other people live with conditions worse than mine. Mm-hmm. There are people who, and we've had, unfortunately, in our family, where the person doesn't even have their mental faculties, let alone their physical. And we know there are people out there who live and get by, but we don't for the life of us, can't figure out how they do it. Or are they getting a help, something we don't understand? Is there a service we don't know about? Like, what is it? And sometimes we just kind of shake our heads, and I don't want to say cry, but shake our heads and cry. Like there's something we're missing, because this can't be. This is not how the world really works. At least I don't think it is.
And it's even, and with my situation, most of my family is now back east, so I can't. I can talk to them on the phone, but that's it. I don't have much friends outside of the house, maybe a few, and even coming here, it's still just not the same. I mean, because I feel like that song from Two Boy Army, Our Friends Electric, because that's how I see. That's my only connection is, and unfortunately, a lot of the interaction people I just feel are like electronic simulations. And so you don't. It's not the same thing. It doesn't feel real, and I'm just expressing how I see the world from my vantage points. But and now I'm on taking some medication to deal with the stress and other things like Celexa and also Xanax, and I'm trying to take care of myself, but it's been hard, especially because I'm trying to lose weight, but the stress, oh my god, the stress, and that's on top of work and other stuff. Work is actually a relief for me because I get out of the house and I can talk to people and you know do productive stuff. And also, my wife finally told me that she had been feeling suicidal for the past couple of months. Yeah, that she acknowledged she's been feeling that way, and I told her I've been feeling like running away for quite some time as well. But we both agreed those were selfish reasons. Eh, And
I think it comes with the territory.
mhm,
You know, I don't know. We haven't talked about it to each other, but
mhm,
I don't understand how Mama Prey hasn't run away yet. Although she tells me that that's her mother, it's her job, and she'll always be there.
yeah,
Um,
mm,
and as for me, um, honestly, the thing that keeps me alive is that I couldn't do that to Mama Prey. I've known people who've killed themselves. I've seen firsthand the effect it had on their families, on their
Yeah.
loved ones, and it is awful.
mhm,
I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but the only people I do speak ill of at times are people who made the choice to do it themselves
mhm,
because it was an asshole decision to make. Now I know they had problems. I get it. But
Well, I'll put it this way. I know somebody who she is a bus driver. Um, her husband was in a depressed state, was suicidal. But he did not only the selfish thing of committing suicide, he did it sitting at the wheel on her bus.
Jesus Christ.
So now every time she drives the bus, that's there. Even though the seat's been replaced, even though everything's been cleaned, that's there.
That is, in my family, it was a cousin who had, not the cousin, it was the cousin's uh, new spouse. They had just been married in what was literally a storybook type wedding. Had apparently, from the outside, everything you could imagine going for them. And he literally blew his brains out in their new house. She couldn't even go back to the city, let alone back into the house.
No,
Mm-hmm.
no, I can't blame her. Can't blame her. I just, I wish there was a way to actually help. I mean, you know, I can tell Crimson Mist, say, hey, go ahead, send me a message. We'll communicate. I'll trade numbers with you so we can actually talk on the phone or whatever. Because there is a certain greater connection when you can actually hear a voice. And unlike watching a YouTube video where you're not interacting, or even if you are in the chat when it's live, you know, as you can tell, I'm looking at comments when I can. I'm not unlike Morning Brew. I try to keep up on the comments. This today now with just I need to talk and I need to listen. And I'm sorry if it sounds rude, but the chat comes last for me at this point. And I'm sorry if that sounds like an asshole thing, but it looks like we lost Crimson Mist. And he's back.
Okay, had to dip out and do
Oh,
something
no
and all
problem.
that.
Oh, yeah. Understood.
Yeah, and the other thing too, we just kind of also become, kind of in our own separate worlds. I'm in the living room doing stuff on the computer, watching YouTube videos or playing games or preparing for my shows. And she's in her bedroom, either moderating a chat for her YouTube channel or playing games. Or she's recently been talking with my daughter and her boyfriend, which, by the way, will be going to meet him for the first time at the end of the month in California. So finally getting out of the house, but that also, but anyway, yeah, we don't do much, and especially since this whole thing, the the thing that we cannot mention on YouTube because it's stupid to not mention it, has kind of had an effect where we can't go out and do activities, both because not only because of she, her limitations with mobility, but also because she doesn't want to get sick. She's in that high risk category of getting sick. Although she finally got the shot, so that's no longer we no longer have that. And I just and I don't feel like sitting in bed and watching something because a I just want to do stuff, be more active, and b there ain't much I'm interested in watching, to be honest. And I just don't feel like watching even some old stuff. And I recently got some cool stuff. I got the Back to the Future complete set on Blu-ray, which I'm pretty stoked. But I
Oh yeah.
keep forgetting that I have it. And she likes to watch horror movies. I think I'd rather watch classic horror movies where it's a little more campy, more fun, over the top, but also, you know, fun. Hers is more like modern horror, which is basically torture porn, torture, or you know,
It's more
really dark
gory.
stuff. Yeah, I don't mind the gore if it's, but I think it's torture and the and the I don't know. I think I want to just watch classic stuff because I think that's we've forgotten what what good horror can be. Whether it's the Hammer Hammer movies from the 50s or the Japanese monster movies, or even some of the Grindhouse or from the 70s, or especially the 80s. Now, the 80s, we all grew up on, well, a lot of us grew up on 80s horror and how silly it can be, but frightening at times. But we had fun. But it was fun to watch. But anyway, I'm getting off topic here.
No, no, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. And lately, one thing that has really helped me out is music.
Yeah.
In fact, for most of the year, I've been doing just mixes, and it has just become my own opiate, my own therapy, and it kind of gets into helps helps heal, or at least takes me to a spot where I feel content and happy. And to me, that's because that has more returns than any movies right now. I can tell you that. I hardly ever watch TV these days, and I'm pretty thankful for that. Who would have thought? I used to be glued to the TV growing up, and now I don't care. I just want the music. Like I'll put on some Future Sound of London. I'll put on some Orb for meditate. Or now, but I'm also discovering other stuff like house music and also some. Occasionally, I'll go back and listen to traditional stuff if it's good stuff. And because I need to help B-Star discover some new music, and I know Cronos he likes to listen to Quar and stuff. But the other and okay, I think I better stop where I'm at right now. For now. Okay, I'll keep talking because everybody else is just silent.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was muted.
Oh
I
no, 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 no,
didn't
no. I'm
realize.
sorry. Sorry. I'm so self. I can be. That's another thing too. I can be so. Sometimes I can be very dense at times. I'll admit that because
I
that's
was
just how
actually
I'm.
I was starting to talk, and then I realized, oops, I was muted.
Okay.
Um, but no, that's what you're talking about is actually helpful because there are you know not only do you have to deal with the pain, you have to figure out things that can help with 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 getting through it. It may not always work.
Hmm.
It may help a little or a lot depending on the situation. But sometimes distraction is a good thing, which is why there'll be times I'll be sitting in a chat and nobody knows it. In fact, I went to a chat last night that I hadn't actually chatted in months, but I'd been there, not daily, but regularly. They don't know it. Last night was the first time I said anything in a while. Uh,
Yeah. I'll do that sometimes. I'll dip into a chat and kind of lurk. If I if I need to say hi, I'll do so. But I don't stay there for long because it kind of depends on what the subject is and what the how everyone's interacting, what the subject was, and if I find it not stimulating my brain or find it entertaining, I'll just step out and go someplace else or do something else. You know,
yeah,
yeah. These days I'm becoming a little more finicky with what I consume from me with regards to media.
yeah. I mean, I will admit there are times that I um will do my streams. I don't know about you because I you have yours on a different platform.
Hmm.
Um, but when I'm doing morning brew, particularly, I get frustrated at numbers because I'll see how many people or how few people or whatever are in the chat compared to normal. And on this, I'm just going, I need to do this. The people who listen and are participating in the chat obviously are interested in hearing it or need an outlet themselves and don't feel comfortable or aren't able to come on the panel.
Hmm. Well, not too long ago, it was to the point where I had like two people listening to one one episode of mine, and I think it was, although to be fair, I didn't exactly announce that I was coming on, so people just kind of, eh. But I'll still do it anyway because I know that some people will listen on our archives
Yeah,
because I will post, hey, I did a show. If you missed it, here's the link. Go right ahead. Because in the end, you just got to do it for yourself, you know. And that's how I do it. It's kind of a punk rock approach to what I do with my content. So I put it out there, and if people like it, great. If not, well, fine. Who needs you anyway? That's a little. I admit that's a bit. Well, I don't know why I say things like that. So I'm just I just tend to be snarky at times. But that's just the way I'm wired, I guess. And you're muted again. I hope you're okay there.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, I know you got a lot on your plate right now. Yeah. And I try to be considerate of others as well. And for the most part, I do. But so, except when I'm talking, and I think it's because people interrupt me, and I don't, and I'm usually the quiet type. So this is taking a lot for me to talk anywhere.
Well, that's why I'm glad you're on today, because there is nobody interrupting you. I mean,
Hmm.
Bird will be the last person to interrupt anyone unless there's something that needs to be said. Um, I don't need to read out what somebody says in the chat. I can put it on the screen. Number one, they know I'm seeing it. Number two, it's there for others to see. So they know I'm reading it. It's not just, and Legos are not boring.
No, they're not boring. It's a hobby. Whether it's you're doing Legos or scale models, you're building something. You're creating something with your hands. That is the best kind of creativity. And I notice also Mount Symposium, you're describing where I was 10 years ago. When I was a care, music was an opiate for me. It took me away from the pain. Watching a loved one in pain is a terrible position to be in. Well,
Yeah.
I appreciate the sentiments, brother.
Yeah. The link is in the chat. It is open to anyone, particularly dealing with pain. I
Mm-hmm.
read what Cam said.
Yep.
That is your invite. The fact that the
Yes. Come on aboard. We don't bite hard. gotta make gotta make a little joke there.
oh,
You know.
absolutely. Well,
Okay, well, to each their own. So, okay, I understood, Eastland.
all right,
We
let's
all
see what
have our
happens.
tastes and preferences. Hey, Cam, welcome aboard.
Hey, everybody, it's good to be aboard. I just wanted to stop in and say, I'm a pain sufferer myself. I was hurt while I was in the Army. I herniated 4 discs in my lower back, 2 in my neck. I broke the left tibia and fibula of my left leg. I suffer from severe migraines, and everything you guys have been saying is something I can relate to. And I just wanted you to know, man, that there's no weakness being shown. It's just you're human, and man, I I cry sometimes because I can't take it anymore. Um, but you just got to keep on keeping on, because there's so many people that appreciate what you guys do, and what you do, Captain Trek, and it's really important to have voices out there that we can relate to.
Thank you.
Oh man, you're welcome. There's no thanks needed. I'm not sure if I'm adding anything to the discourse, But I just really wanted a chance to come on and say that, you know, everything you're saying is something that I could relate to. And I know there's plenty of people out there that can relate to it too. And that it's important stuff that needs to be talked about.
And like I said, I just always I tried to keep it private because I thought, okay, you know, I don't want to burden anyone with it. I don't want people to think that I'm trying to get attention. And I was listening to the wrong people, quite honestly.
Yeah, no, and that happens. You know, sometimes people, you know, their advice is not the right advice for you, or they're unable to put themselves into your shoes and really understand where you're coming from. Um, you know, and that kind of negativity, it isn't helpful, you know, to even people who aren't in pain. You know, the oh, just man up and I'm no SJW, but I'm also not a man up, suck it up kind of person either. You know, when there's problems, they need to be discussed, and solutions, if they're available, need to be sought out. Like I said, for me, for years, I suffered from pain until I started. The VA finally approved, after years of fights with the VA, approved me going to a chiropractor, and after working with them for a couple years, I know it doesn't work for everybody, but for me, that it was a 2-year process. But I went from living with 8 to 10 pain every day to 5 to 6 level pain every day, which is something I can live with, you know. And the other thing is that the VA actually turned me into a drug addict. You know, at first they were giving me 180 milligrams of morphine a day, 360 milligram time release tablets a day, plus um, oxycodone, instantaneous release oxycodone on top of that, to take it in between when the morphine wasn't working. Um, and because I wanted to try using weed, which was legal in California and San Diego, where I was living at the time. I'd heard good things about, using it medicinally, and especially eating it, instead of smoking it.
Mm-hmm.
And the VA's response was to label me a drug addict and to take all my pain meds away from me. And, and then so I had to eventually I got back with the VA, and now I'm on buprenorphine, which is what they give people when they're trying to come off of like heroin and whatnot. And luckily, I'm one of the few people who also receives. I get pain relief from that medication, which is the reason I'm still on it, or else, I would have been off of it a long time ago. But yeah, just all I could say is hang in there, try anything. That's been my philosophy. I I've been going to the chiropractor. That works for me. I've started seeing an acupuncturist in conjunction with a chiropractor. I mean, that may seem way out to some people, but I'm so open to anything when your pain is that bad or your loved one's pain is that bad. You'll try anything, and I'd have to say, fortunately, both of those things have really helped me. Um, and I also found doctors that were willing at the VA who were willing to work with me and understood my use of marijuana instead of narcotics.
Yeah.
I apologize. It seems like I'm just have taken over the conversation.
No,
I apologize.
no, you're doing fantastic. Say your
Absolutely.
piece, man.
I
Yeah,
would rather
no.
I would rather give you time to actually talk than constantly interrupted and having to restart where you were or remember what you were talking about.
Oh, well, thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't stepping on anyone's toes. I just wanted to come on and just share some positivity with everybody. You'll have to forgive my garb. I'm actually in Spain for the San Fermin Festival, which usually
Oh,
means the running of the bulls.
man, that has to be fun. Is this your
It,
first year?
it, no, actually, if you don't mind, I'll show you the tattoo on my leg. I'll just move the camera real quick and see if you guys could see it. Can you get a shot of that?
Yeah, a little lower.
A little lower.
Oh, okay, there we go. That's a
Wow.
beautiful tattoo. That
Thank you. The guy that does it is his name is Tyree. He has two shops in Vermont, which is where I live now because that's where my mom lives and who is sick. And his name is Tyree, and the name of the place is Artistic Inc. They do fantabulous work. The tattoo is actually missing the four runs from the last time I was here in 2019. And unfortunately, I heard, everything was going to be open and everything was going to happen. And so I came here and was ready to run again with the Bulls. And apparently the mayor said that it wasn't safe and they were not going to hold the bull runs this year. But I was already had plans in place, so I'm here anyway.
well, I think after last year, we all need to get out and about.
Yeah.
No, exactly, and actually, I can show you. In order to run with the bulls, I have to wear a brace on both knees and on both ankles, and I have to take an extra one of those buprenorphine pills that I was talking about for pain relief for my back, because you don't run that far. If you spend more than a few seconds running with the bulls, then you're a top flight runner. You know what I mean? They're super fast. They can run up to 35 kilometers in a straight line. And usually on TV, they show you what's known as the corner of death, the corner de morte, when you see the bulls sliding into a building around that corner. That's the corner of death, and I've actually run with the bulls around that corner. and it's not everyone's cup of tea. I understand that. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. These bulls wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the whole history and tradition around bullfighting here in Spain. Otherwise, these bulls would go extinct because there would be no other use for them. And it employs tens of thousands of people who would be out of work if bullfighting wasn't a thing here. So I'm sorry to all the PETA people out there. I'm an animal lover myself. Like I was suggesting in the chat, man. I adopted a cat a couple years ago because I live out in the middle of nowhere in the mountains of Vermont, and actually my roommate and his girlfriend bought the cat for me because they're afraid I was spending too much time by myself.
And good morning, Deej.
Hey, Deej.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
morning.
Deej.
It's morning. I'm here.
I said something in chat because I know you deal with pain yourself.
Yeah, a hell of a lot of it today. Sorry, I'm kind of distracted. I got messages coming in left and right now from PJ.
Well, since you're in Spain,
is that PJ maybe?
it's
No,
Orville Nation.
Orville Nation. He's over
Orville
in Spain
Nation,
now, too.
yeah, another great YouTuber.
Yeah, he's trying to set me up with a big nature interview.
Nice. Well, good luck to you. I hope you get it.
Yeah,
That would be...
I've got to think it over. I'm not sure if I want to handle this topic, but we'll see.
Right on.
Is it somebody who worked on Star Trek Discovery?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. If you do it, I suggest having Bert on as well. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yeah, and my wife, she helps run a channel that's where cameramen in Thailand would film monkeys out in the forest and try to, they work as part to conserve as part of a conservatory to help preserve monkeys that live down there. And she's talked about visiting Thailand and looking at the Buddhist temples and where the monkeys live, and meeting some of the people there. And yeah, we're all animal lovers. And in fact, a year or two ago, we got a little dog from the shelter for my wife, and he's such a cutie. And I've actually shown a picture of him on a member stream for Latino Slant, another great YouTube channel.
Yeah, Paulie's a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
The piece they did, Paulie and Tom, with the gentleman's name is escaping me now. But Lou Diamond Phillips was on, and oh God, how can I not remember? He starred in the Milagro Beanfield Wars. Edward James Olmos.
Oh yeah.
That whole interview and it was just amazing. and everything those guys, Paulie and Tom, do seems to be gold.
Animal lovers.
And I think you should do the whole Thailand thing. I would love to go to Thailand. The farthest east I've ever been was Japan, which I found to be just an amazing place. The people were just so kind, and everything was just the way you picture it in your head, you know, or you see it in movies. It was just, it was a really amazing experience.
Well, it's on our bucket list. So, in the meantime, I'm just planning on a trip to California and seeing the ocean for the first time.
Really, for the first time, huh? Well,
Yep.
Awesome, man. I hope you have a great trip and it's everything that you expect it to be.
And I hope you're having a good time in Spain as well, because I would love to go to visit into Europe and, you know, places like Berlin and Ireland and Italy and Greece. Do a little tour of that continent myself.
Definitely. I've never been to Germany or Greece, but I've been to England and Ireland, and I had a friend who was working for a bank, and they gave her a condo, and she had to share it with another girl she worked with, but in Dublin. And my girlfriend at the time, we flew there. Hung out with my friend who, you know, she was living and working there in Dublin, and hung out with her for a couple of days. And then we rented a car and drove all the way across the country to Glasgow, you know, and we hit all the tourist spots like the Cliffs of Moher, and I'm a big, used to be a big Bushmills drinker, which, you know, Bushmills Irish whiskey, world famous, the oldest distillery in the world. That's a great tour. And Ireland, beautiful country, even more beautiful people. And I mean, beautiful in the sense of just friendly and open, and you know, ready to welcome you in and you know, stand you to a pint.
Well, I am part Irish, and I would like to visit that country one of these days.
Definitely recommend. As you tell, my screen name Cam comes from the beginning of my first of my last name, rather. It's the name most people call me by. It's a famous canned soup. I'm sure you can figure out what it is.
Of course.
I think so.
You know, yeah, you know, we're one of the largest clans in Scotland, Highland Scottish clans. I want to make that clear. Not the hood wearing weirdos, but
No, not the Druids. No.
Exactly.
Yeah, I had that problem myself when I was working for the radio station, just because of what they called the station, because the original founder was Scottish in descent.
Gotcha.
So when they called the radio station Cozy Clan Radio, yeah,
yeah, you had to be like, you might want to rethink that. That has a little bit of a connotation here.
Yeah, and well, they didn't. So then, as one of the DJs, we were always trying to say, "Hey, we have nothing to do with hood wearers. Damn it, we got somebody running around in a damn kilt. Leave us alone."
Well, and
Nice.
I have a great grandfather who was born in Ireland but immigrated to this fine country, and so I wanted come and visit the motherland and see where he came from, and understand my family roots there as well. So that's another thing I'm trying to do. So where I live, genealogy is kind of a thing here. But and they finally opened.
Yeah.
Are you in Utah?
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
Mormon though. I am not a Mormon.
No.
So thank goodness.
I have some friends who are living in Salt Lake, also not Mormons, but we did go to their research facility because they have the largest research facility for genealogy in the world, and it can also be accessed online. I recommend anybody look it up, or if you're lucky enough to be in Utah, to take advantage of the opportunity to check out their facility and see what you can find about your family, because there's a good shot that they know a lot more than you may.
And
And
mountains, I would go there gladly.
And by the way,
Yeah,
they finally opened up the office down there for the first time this year.
Nice.
So yeah, the family
Nice.
history library.
Yeah, exactly. I still get emails from them to this day. I visited in 2019, obviously pre-COVID, when my friends had just moved out there. One of my best buddies and his girlfriend / common law wife. I would, they're basically married, but without the ceremony. And he and I took a day and we went to the family research facility, and it was well worth it. Well worth it.
If I ever get that chance, I might do that myself.
Definitely, I highly recommend it. I want to say thanks very much, guys, for having me on. I hate to cut it short. I was supposed to be somewhere, but what you were talking about was just it was ringing so many bells for me, that I just took the off chance that Cap Trek would be kind enough to let me come on and and say a few things about pain and the effects that it has, and the effects that it has on your family, and that it's not ever about being weak. It's about being human, and humans can only take so much, and they need they need other humans, and they need understanding and any help or just the comfort you get of knowing someone empathizes with you or sympathizes with you and really understands or is trying to understand what you're going through. So I just like to say thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. I hope I've lent something to the conversation. It's been a pleasure to meet all of you, even if it is virtually. like I said to Eastland Burkholder, you know, I only know her through YouTube, but that doesn't mean that we can't be friends, and that, you know, I considered her a friend, and was proud to know her. And same goes for you guys. I know that we've just met, but you know, I'm proud to know you guys. I'm proud to know that you're out here, you know, producing great content, and you know, are you know, humans like the rest of us, and dealing with human problems. And hopefully as a community we can all work together to make things better for everyone in our community.
I'm not human. I'm a pink bunny.
I am merely a ghost in the machine right now, but
yeah,
we were all human at one point. No, wait.
yeah, I wonder if I'm a replicant sometimes.
We have tests for that. Watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, if I could, if you have a thought on the matter, you know, I don't have a station, a channel of my own, but if I could plug a channel that probably doesn't interfere with when you're streaming, there is a channel called Captain Cockney Spock. He's changed it to Hipster Spock after Robert Meyer Burnett called him and Doomcock hipster doofuses, basically, because of their opinions about Deckard and the question of whether or not he is a replicant. But if anyone would like to pop on there, I know the captain would be happy to hear anything you have to say on the subject.
Oh, absolutely. And that is one thing on my channel. I don't usually use the word my channel because I feel it's more of a community thing. I do encourage people to add links to other channels because we have to support others in the community. And I don't do it for, oh, hey, you know, subscribe to this person, you know, not doing the sub for sub crap because I think that's stupid and it's against terms of service. But I encourage people to check out others. And if you like them, subscribe. That's, you know, that's one thing I missed from having the 3 dots before where you could click on it and go to their YouTube channel. That was
Right.
one of the things that they really screwed up when they took it away, in my opinion.
Well, they did it on purpose.
Oh, I know they did. That there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, the ways of YouTube are I just don't understand them. You know, people blame the algorithm, but somewhere there's people behind that algorithm, and
Yep.
they've made some very, very poor decisions. In my own, you know, thinking, I really think they've screwed up a lot.
And Eastland, I'm glad that you're able to listen, and if you're able to be still while listening, I hope it helps. I do.
Sorry, I'm
go ahead.
reading. No, I was just reading what Eastland said.
Yeah, it's
Anything that helps, Eastland, I totally get it, and anything that gives you some relief, even if it's temporary, it's like finding a diamond, you know. Um, it's that valuable to someone who suffers. And just if I could, just one more.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Captain Trek, for what you just said before that. I couldn't have put it better myself, and I really agree with every word. And in that vein, another great guy. Maybe you guys have run into him, Mr. Brown Alliance. He's another great YouTuber. Usually only like YouTube's on Tuesdays, I think it is, kind of late. But if you get a chance to check him out, he's a great Scotsman and YouTuber. And I guess that's it for me today, guys. And just to say thank you all for your courtesy, for allowing me to ramble on a little bit, and especially to you, Captain Trek, for allowing me to come on and be a part of the discussion today. It's really been a blessing for me, and thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining, and you're welcome anytime.
Well, thank you, sir. I really appreciate it, and everyone who's suffering, and especially yourself. I've got you in my thoughts, and I'm wishing all of the best for you, and for you to feel as good as you can possibly feel. You know, and some days I know it's hard just getting out of bed. So I will really appreciate what you do, and I hope that you don't let the negativity get to you. You know, let it roll off your back. And just remember that the strongest man, you may not see him, but even he cries. John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Stallone, they all have probably locked themselves in a bathroom and cried their eyes out. I'd bet my life on it.
Yeah, I would too.
So
no, I know you need to get going because you're already late. But
yeah, I couldn't let the opportunity go. So I thank you so much.
Peace and blessings to you, Kim.
Hey, thanks, and the same to you. Peace and love to everybody. You know, live long and prosper. If you guys can see that, if I can move my hand
Gotcha. We see it.
right way.
Gotcha.
There
Back
we go.
at ya.
I used to be able to do it with the left too. There we go. That's it. But thanks again. I'm sorry. You know, well, once I get going, it's hard to get me to stop, I guess. But thanks very much. You all have the best day that you can have, and just thank you very much for letting me be a part of it. And I'll be saying goodbye now. Bye.
Take care.
Take care.
I will.
Talk to you
I
soon.
will. And all of you take care and be well, and best to you and your families. Bye now.
Arrivederci. Bird, stop winking at me.
You know you like it.
And for anyone who's tuning in, I normally don't suggest going back and listening to the beginning, but today I will suggest that. I discuss some things that I normally don't discuss, and I think it's important. I thought it was important enough to actually create a stream on it. And somebody's backstage, of course.
Hey, LDG.
I didn't even get to say pickle, pickle, pickle.
But
Hey,
no,
hold on, guys. Pain stream, huh?
yes, sir.
Yeah, I got some pain.
Tell us your pain, or we'll bring it to you.
My
No,
pain.
just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh,
Yeah.
my pain goes pretty deep, and it starts with that piece of shit. What the hell episode we got last night?
I don't know.
you
I haven't watched
effing
it yet.
Kidding me?
I haven't
my
watched
God.
it yet. So shut
Dude,
the hell
Oh
up.
my
The burn.
God, you're perverting
The
this
burn.
stream with
Oh no.
Yay!
No spoilers, please. Even though I don't watch what you just watched. So
I will say though that it's great that they brought back the smoke monster from Lost. I was missing it.
Stop smiling in the private chat, LDG. Stop smiling.
And they gave him a name. No
and his name is
longer
Karoka.
is he just a smoke monster. And kind of a backstory too.
I am curious, Bert, knowing that you do experience pain. Obviously, your mom knows when you are. How do you deal with it?
With my pain?
Your pain.
Well, I'll be honest. I deal with much, much less pain than when I was in the hospital and I had the 3 stage 4 bed sores. And at the time, they were just giving me as high a dose of morphine as they could. And I was still like acting like a junkie, sweet talking nurses into giving me even more than they were allowed to. I think I got some poor lady fired because she like ended up giving me more. I was so thankful, but then we never saw her again because she like literally gave me more than she was supposed to, like a lot more. It was like one really good day I had, but then she was gone and never on my case again. I hope she didn't get fired. I hope they just transferred her. But so luckily at the time they were not in this whole opioids are the devil thing yet. But as soon as I got home and as soon as the pain started subsiding, I took myself off the opioids. In fact, I took myself off quicker than I should have because I immediately hit withdrawal symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know that that was a real thing. I thought that was just something people dreamt up to make their addictions last longer. And then, so I stepped down over the course of months. When I have kidney stones, I would still get Percocets for the kidney stone pain, except that after a while, frankly, that made me so constipated, it wasn't worth taking. So now when I have a pain, luckily it's rare. It's only when I get like the worst of the worst kidney stones, and I just kind of bear it. Although I do take anti-anxiety medication, which though it isn't really for pain, I'm sure it does take the edge off just a bit.
Pickle juice, pickle juice, pickle juice.
But honestly, I haven't had to take a pill more than a Tylenol or 2 Tylenol or 2 aspirin for pain in a long time. So I consider myself pretty lucky. When I do have pain, it's usually in short bursts because somebody fucked up and my leg hit the wall or something, and it's really nothing to be done for it once it happens. So you just kind of wait for it to go away.
Yeah.
But I mean, compared to people like you and Anti-Tracker and people living with constant day-to-day physical pain, I'm kind of past that. In that respect. Now, would I take the pain and being able to walk over my current situation? Yeah, I would. I mean, as shitty as it sounds, I do remember the days where I had terrible, terrible back pain, but could manage just barely to get off my feet, just to get to the toilet to piss and poop like a normal human being. And as horrible as it was painful, the increase in dignity and not having to rely on a second person to do those things, I'd take it over the current situation. But physical pain is one thing I can thankfully say most days I don't have to deal with. Mental pain, that's a whole other story.
Yeah. Well, pain is more than physical.
Yes.
And good morning, LVG.
Oh, hey, sorry guys, just got here. What's going on? Yeah, I hear you. Pain sucks. I got my own.
What's going on?
Not much. My pain level's about a 4 in my shoulder right now. Constant pain in my left shoulder. Besides that, just focusing on work.
Yeah.
Got a lot done on the website yesterday, and gonna get some more done today.
Good.
I gotta take some ibuprofen, hopefully knock out this shoulder pain. Excuse me. All right. There we go. Water.
I don't know. I hope nobody minds the pain string, because I don't know.
I'm
I
glad
couldn't
you came back
continue
on.
with it.
Yeah,
Hey, you don't sound good.
Oh,
I
you
don't
think
think
I don't
anybody
sound
minds
good
it.
now? Let me put it to you this way. When I started my stream, my pain level was at an 8. I had taken my medicine. It had gone down to a 7. At which point I was talking, it finally went down to a 6, almost bearable. I was in so much pain, I had to go ahead and take the other medicine, which I don't like to take. It's now down to about a 4. I can deal with a 4.
Well, that's
Still not fun though.
pretty damn good. We should have a party.
You know, a 4 to 5 on the pain scale. I'm people honestly, I hate to say it, don't understand. It's one thing to hit your hand with a hammer and go, how does it hurt on the pain scale? Blah, 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 blah. But when you're talking that level of pain for years, varying levels of pain because of medicine for over 2 years, it's just, unless you're there, I hate to say it, you can't understand it. And I'm trying my best to say, again, I don't want pity, I don't want whatever. But when I lose my temper, when I get upset, it is because of pain. And I'm trying to control it. I'm trying to get things under control where I'm not lashing out, where I'm not getting upset. It's taking time. This is not going to happen overnight. Again, I'm doing what I can. I appreciate the people who do support me. That means a lot. But I wanted to let you know why it's happening. And it is pain and depression, really. And quite honestly, having people who said they were my friends, who have since turned their back on me, adds to the depression. So, I'm sorry, I'm doing my best. I don't know what else I can do.
Well, sometimes that's all we can do is our best.
Yeah, until until we fix society, where doctors will just fix you the way they're supposed to. It's like the way it is today. Do no harm unless you don't have insurance or can't pay for it. Yeah, I know where that conversation going, so I'll stop it there. Second, anybody who doesn't recognize irritability with constant pain, you're either too young or you smoke too much. I was irritable yesterday in the backstage with a few people, but that was because my shoulder acts up, and usually for about 48 hours, I get nonstop, absolute ringing pain in my shoulder that makes me feel like I'm having a heart attack or something's wrong or I got lung cancer. So it just feels really bad. It's painful as hell shit. And I get irritable. And that showed yesterday. Feeling better. It was worse yesterday than today. It was like a 6 in my shoulder. And Cap's right. There's a difference between instant pain and constant pain. And I'm starting to experience constant pain now that I'm in my 40s. And it fucking sucks. It blows. You literally want to die. Okay? Like you accept death. That's how bad it gets. voice of experience.
I
So until you know that,
yeah,
just
I
try to
understand
imagine
that.
it. Like death is an acceptable thing.
Thank you, Eastland. Thank you. And I have discovered there are people that are around who I didn't know were listening, were supporting, and I've gotten to talk to them a little recently, and that's been nice.
Yeah, we had one yesterday, popping out of nowhere.
It's been it's been an interesting journey so far.
Think what you're trying to say, Captain. Because it's been a long road.
No, not long road. No long road. No road.
Getting from there to
Oh
here.
my god. Oh my god. Shut
least you
up. Oh
got the
god. I
lyrics
swear to
right
god,
this
if I
time.
hear Osseo pray, I'm done.
Oi!
My shoulder will pop off.
Oi!
Or Osseo Odyssey. Yeah, no.
The dingoes ate my baby.
What the F? Are you like picking random accents and like mixing them?
Yep.
Was that Aussie fucking damn it, what's his name? Freaking never mind. Get in my belly.
Get in my belly! I want my baby back ribs.
Oh
I
god.
want my baby back.
D just broke.
Baby back ribs.
He just broke.
No, I'm cyber.
Them bones,
Anyone got warranty?
people.
And
Them
we've got somebody else in the
prime
backstage. Oh Lord!
No, I don't like.
I wonder which one. I wonder which one it is today.
It's what do you mean? Which one?
Oh, him. Yeah, by the way, fix your avatar. Your avatar's broke.
My avatar's not broke.
Switch your avatar and then switch it back.
Let me look on the stream.
Oh. No.
Yep.
Me,
It's in the stream.
There you
It was.
There
maybe
you go.
it was showing up in the stream to me.
It was. See, it was showing up in StreamYard, but it wasn't showing up on the stream. All I saw was the white.
Was I showing up as the bionic nipple?
Yes.
Yep.
Wow, it's like late for me to be on. I jumped on to see if you were still live earlier, and you had already gone off, and I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do now? I can't do my work and talk. I was like, what the hell? So I got my work done in like the time flat. The work, but I blame you. It's your fault, Captain.
It's my fault.
No, it's LDG's fault.
Okay, I'll
Be that
Actually,
as
it's
it
Bird
may be,
Prey 5's fault.
too. No, it's not Bert's fault. It's your fault, actually. Trying to make it feel better.
It's not my fault. I'm Cybok today. I'm taking everyone's pain.
And for all the people that confirmation, I will confirm now. I know Deed's cheap. He's explained to me exactly how he does it. And if you'd like to know, email me or DM me on Twitter.
But it will cost you.
Yes, it will. Because
Yeah,
it cost me to
I
find out.
cheated.
So.
I cheated so well yesterday, I lost 2 games of Brisk in a row.
How do you cheat and
Do that
lose?
because he's a
I don't
hustler.
know, but
That's how hustlers do it. They got to lose occasionally. If they don't lose, then nobody plays them. First rule of a hustler: don't be hustled.
do the hustle.
He's just proven my point. He is the biggest hustler.
Time to lay.
July 1993. Look it up. Deej revealed all under
you
the
weren't
pink
supposed- You weren't supposed to say that one out loud until they actually paid us the money.
Good thing it was difficult to hear.
I can say it again. So how's everybody this morning? Good.
Alive.
Good.
Alive, so, yeah.
Alive. Yeah.
I'm alive. That doesn't mean much. I mean, shoot. Yeah, I just thought I'd jump on really quick.
And I appreciate that. No, I was having higher than normal pain levels, and Yvette was leaving. Nobody was on the panel, and it's just like, I can't deal with pain right now.
Does Yvette know that you call her nobody?
She was leaving.
I know. I watched it. Well, I watched the last part of it to see if there's anything that happened.
And so, yeah, and then I was talking to her backstage a little bit before she actually had to leave. And she didn't say anything directly. And I'm repeating myself, but it kind of inspired me to start a pain stream because I needed to get some things out. And I think people needed to know the truth because it's not easy to deal with. And again, I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for pity. I'm just asking for understanding.
Yeah, I understand. Real quickly, Deej, congratulations on your 669.
I know, I got back to it. Yes.
Awesome.
69. and then Rock Solid unsubbed. But then he subbed again, so I don't know. All I know is 69.
Isn't LDG always kind of just away? I mean, he's never really there. You ever notice that? He's more like a figment of your imagination. It's kind of like he's WandaVision all rolled into one.
It's that damn elderly neighbor of his that keeps asking him to come over and give her some loving.
Well, hopefully she's taking the dentures out and helping him along.
I think she does. That's why he keeps going back. Gummers!
Come here.
See, he's not denying it, so.
Wonder if he ever mentions that her, you're not supposed to talk with your mouth full.
I don't think they have that problem.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And Bird, I did do what you asked about in the DM, so that's taken care of.
Oh boy. Well, I'm gonna jump off here, get back to work.
Yeah.
But,
have fun.
I need to get to work here.
Absolutely.
Got lots to do. So it's been a blast talking to everyone. To
Thank
Captain. Hope you feel better later on today.
I will. I will. I'm going to get some rest.
Okay.
And Bird, what time are you streaming?
4:05 p.m. or 4 p.m. probably.
4 p.m. Eastern. Okay.
Yes, DS9 Wednesday. A simple investigation
Cool.
today.
That's 3 p.m. for the more important time zones, folks.
Exactly.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
The less important you are, the further back in the earlier in the day it is.
So you're saying that
No,
Australia
no,
is
no.
most
We
important?
get it before you get it, actually. See, so we're more important.
Yeah. People have to
If
wait till
that's
4
what you
p.m.
got
to
to
watch
tell
it.
yourselves.
What was that?
If that's what you have to tell yourselves, whatever. we on the East Coast know that everything is set up for us. Hell, we created this country. Everything is set to New York time for all practical purposes.
What is time to one who is eternal? And with that, peace and blessings. Take care.
And most importantly, happy birthday, Ringo Starr. And the Random Menace says he is the most importantest.
Okay. So I missed all of that because my phone decided to go berserk and kick me out. I stated that we're more important, and it proves that because we get it first before you guys get it. So, and what got said after that?
I said, if that's what you have to tell yourself, then that's fine.
I don't have to tell myself. I can prove it. What time is your show again? 4 o'clock? We get it at 3 because we're that important. There's no doubting it. We get it before you guys, so we're more important.
Yeah, that's not how time works there.
Obviously, it is because we get it at 3. You get it at 4. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, can you argue with the fact that I get it at 3 o'clock and you start at 4? The universe decides that we get it before Eastern, so we are more important.
See, that's the problem right there, is that the universe did not decide you get it first. You get it at the same time. In fact, people closer to me, by all rights, get it a few milliseconds quicker than you do.
Bird, we are Central Time. We are the center of the universe, so it all revolves around us.
It was named even that way. It's not our fault. I mean, everybody hates us for it, but it's not our fault.
You know, like when they say when a TV show is on, they tell you the Eastern time first, then the Central time, like 7 Central.
Yeah, they gotta tell it to the Eastern time first because they're a little bit slower and need the extra few seconds to process the fact that it's going to be on at that time.
And did you know that in Mountain Time they give Central Time? That in what is it? Pacific, not Pacific.
In Pacific, they give Mountain Time.
They also give
Central Time. Central Time is mentioned in every time zone in the continental United States when TV programming is considered.
I don't believe that to be true. I've been to California a lot, and I don't ever remember them mentioning Central Time on a TV listing.
Now, I since you said continental and not contiguous, I don't know about Alaska. I've never been there, so I can't speak for that.
I've been there, but I never watched TV there, so I can't say either. I'm pretty sure all they have is the Bear Show.
And yes, Mountain's time is wherever he is. And thank God somebody else knows it's not standard or whatever they call it over there.
GMT.
That's a pet peeve. That's a pet peeve I have.
Yeah, I used to call it Eastern Standard Time, regardless of whether it was Eastern Daylight Time or not.
Yeah, I do that still because it doesn't matter to that time period at that moment. It's still
Well,
to
it
that
does
time.
because Eastern Standard Time would be an hour ahead of whatever Eastern Daylight Time is,
That is
whether or
true.
not
During the
it's
time
in
that,
effect.
yeah, well, that's the thing, though. If you are in daylight time, whatever time you say, it's obviously that's Eastern. I mean, maybe you
Well,
should just
so
say it's
that's what
Eastern
I would
time.
say. You'd call it Eastern Time, then that's fine. But
Yeah.
it's don't call it Eastern Standard or Eastern Daylight if it's
The
not.
only reason why they do that is because there are some people that don't observe it. But whatever. As they say, GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. That's an interesting clock, the atomic clock. Very, very interesting to see that. I think they've got 2 of them in the United States, maybe more, but I think there's 2 that they set time to. But
So,
with that said, I shall bid you all adieu. Have a good day. Have good streams if you're streaming.
oh yes.
Tonight, if you are free at 8 p.m. Central and 9 p.m. Eastern, we will be on Chaos Central with the Rule of 3. But I will talk to you guys later.
Take care.
Later. And Thomas
Take care.
Potts is now here. Hello, Thomas.
Hello, Thomas.
Hello,
Welcome.
Professor.
So when are you going to grace us with your presence on the panel, Thomas?
Probably as soon as they convict Matthew to life in prison.
Oh, Lord.
But I can't, because I already have Matthew locked up in prison.
I say it's time to flog the whole lot of you all that want all the charges. Oh, yeah. Including his wife. She'll get it with a wet noodle, but still, she'll get flogged.
Wet noodles are fun. They stick to things.
But, no, I hope that if you know of anybody who does not understand why my reactions have been what they have, that you let them know it is pain related. I'm not expecting anyone to suddenly go, oh, hey, let's talk. But I do think that it deserves to be known, which is why I decided to stream this morning.
Hello, Yvette. Hello, hello, hello.
And thank you, Yvette. That's why I sent you the link to the stream itself and not to the backstage, because I know you've been busy. So, Thomas, when are you coming up? Don't
He
tell
said
me you
no.
don't have a mic, because I know you do. You do videos.
He said probably never.
Oh, I see that. But, well, Come on. All I'd have to do, okay, it may take a few emails, but somebody I could probably get on here sometime. If I can get somebody big from YouTube on this stream, will you come on? I hope you're doing all right, Yvette, and I hope your mom is feeling better than she has been. In case you are, I'm saying in case you are, I don't want to exclude you, so I will send you the link in case you want to come backstage, because I know you can't always click on it on your phone. I know you don't talk a lot, but you're someone I would actually like to get to talk to. If you want to make it an offline conversation, that's fine. Bird will be there. We can have just a hangout with a few people. Deej can be there. Just hang out and have fun and talk. So, and thank you, Eric. Again, I will, as much as I hate saying it, I will ask for continuing thoughts and prayers. Right now, it's at a tolerable level, between a 4 and a 5, which is much more bearable than it was.
And Thomas, don't use the excuse I don't talk a lot, because there's been plenty of times that we've had people up on streams with us that never say a damn word. I was just reading this story.
Never shut up.
I'm just reading this news story. A Goodwill worker finds a rare $10,000 video game in a box of donations.
Did they keep it?
Yeah. An old Atari game named Air Raid. Apparently there was only 13 copies of it made in the cartridge that it was...
Can't believe Mom will probably give away my copy of Air Raid.
Well, it had to be a specific cartridge. There was 13 cartridges that were made that were T-shaped.
Oh!
And one was on auction, and it was sold for $10,590.
Thanks for the invite, Captain. Yeah, Mum's doing a lot better. I was up all night with her, as you know.
Yeah.
I would like to. I'd like to comment on this stream as well. I'm where Crimson is. Watching a loved one in so much pain is so hard, and it is a struggle. I don't talk about it very much either, you know that. I was up all night. Mum's on straight morphine now, and some nights are very bad, and hence why I wasn't backstage last night, and not about for a lot of people. And yeah, there are days I wish I could just run away to, but you can't. You know, and I get Crimson's side so much myself. It's changed my life to be here, and I wouldn't miss a second of it. And yeah, I just wanted to say it's been a fantastic stream listening to everyone and inspiring for me as well.
As I said, I prior to this thought it was a sign of weakness to admit to the pain.
No, never.
As I said, I was talking to that backstage after the first stream. And I was literally in tears because of the pain. And I was trying to hide that.
When people know you well, you can tell. And yeah, it's so frustrating that we can't do more for everyone. It really is.
You know, and yeah, I've said it, but you know, I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for pity. Just
no, I know.
Understanding. And
yeah,
you know, if I say something out of line, graciously tell me, not send me a message, a scathing message telling me how big of an asshole I am, because I have gotten those messages before. And those are people that are not currently in the stream that I'm aware of. So
I do have a question for you, Yvette.
Yes, my lord, Bunny.
Whose birthday is it today?
Who's Ringo Starr.
Besides him.
I don't know. That's all I heard from you.
Well, see, this just proves my point that I'm going to win this Doctor Who competition, because it's also John Pertwee's 102nd birthday. So, boom, I win.
We'll see, Deej. We'll see.
And
it's going to be a match worth turning up for. I can tell you all that, if nothing else.
Your favorite Doctor?
No, Thomas should be drawn and quartered for saying that name.
Yeah, she that will not be named. We know this.
Deej's favorite Doctor?
Yvette, you can handle the peanut gallery below me?
Not really. He hasn't read his DMs yet.
Oh,
no, I haven't.
Well, of course not. He doesn't read them until you tell him to go read them. He ignores
You read them same time. You gotta read them. Bite me.
No, you'd like that too much. Will you be streaming today, Deej?
No.
Okay.
I have to take a nap and watch Loki at some point and prepare to carry someone on stream tonight.
Cool. And let's see here now. Right here, who? On this day, 24th June, Evil of the Daleks, episode 6 premiered on BBC One in 1967.
Wow, he looked
You're
that
gonna
up
have
quick.
to clarify on that.
I definitely. Well, I was not around for that. That's all I
Except
can say.
today is July 7th, not June 24th. So
Correct.
it's irrelevant what Elihu put in the chat
Exactly.
because it wasn't this day.
That does kind of change it.
Yeah.
It's not June 24th, so.
Good try, Elihu.
He tried, but he wasn't
Yeah.
pulling one past me.
Well,
you
guys,
gotta
I have
push.
to go and make dinner. Ham, new potatoes, and cabbage tonight. If anyone's
Ooh.
interested.
Oh,
I'll be right over.
are you talking? Now? If you were making oh crap, what are those? The baby cabbages. I can't think of it now.
Oh, yeah.
It's a sweet.
Brussels
It's a
sprouts.
sweetheart. Oh, Brussels sprouts. No, it's a
Sprouts,
sweetheart
yeah.
cabbage, which is small anyway. Small, long-leaved. I don't know if they're called that over there.
I
Possibly.
would want that.
I
They're
would just
very-
assume.
Hmm?
I would just
You have
assume
cabbage
starve and
lasagna.
touch cabbage.
Yeah, I love raw cabbage, but I only like white cabbages raw, nice and crunchy that you put in a coleslaw.
That's the white thing, huh?
When will they be released? That's what I want to know. Are they complete yet or not?
They've got the audio. They're building the animation now. They were supposed to finish it last year, but obviously everything got halted. As far as I know, it's still on the plans for release, possibly this year, early next year. But it is coming, definitely. So
Awesome.
yeah. There we are.
Very
Then go
cute,
to-
Elihu. Just got your message. Very cute.
Anyway, I will see you guys later. I've really enjoyed listening to this. It was fantastic from everyone.
Thank you.
And hopefully
ahead.
I'll see everyone later.
Absolutely.
All right, take care. Much love.
Bye.
Later, Hunt. Check my DM.
You're gonna go for something. Anyhow,
Seriously, she's gonna kick my ass in the Doctor Who trivia, but I still got to smack talk the whole time.
oh yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna kick someone's ass. All right. Whoever's talking shit.
I will talk shit as much as I want.
Somebody is.
I know who. So anyhow, on that note, I do want to thank everybody who's been in the chat, everyone who's been on the panel. I do appreciate it. This is not exactly the stream I like to have because it's a pain stream, but I think it's something that needs to be talked about. And thank you for joining. I'll see you all again soon.
Later.